Hello, my name is Shutov Vitaly Viktorovich. I was born on July 14th, 1997 year. I'm here to probably save your time, nerves, money, and help you avoid future problems due to ignorance. Let's start with the interactive. Everything I'm about to show you is uploaded to my Google Drive. On the fragments, we can see my computer mouse defined as a keyboard and a mouse at the same time. It's called bad USB. It's a USB device in function to stealthily execute commands. For example, the mouse can be reflashed to install malware on Windows, Linux, and others. This mouse I received as a replacement from Logitech in the summer of 2020 by courier delivery UPS. You can see in the photos, which are translated by artificial intelligence. It was flashed immediately or later, I don't know. Constantly resets Windows activation, although I have a license. Also changes the hardware, although I didn't add or change anything. This is a photo of the router interface from the case when I applied to the FSB 5 unknown devices in my local network, which can be disconnected. The router is probably reflashed as well. It still connects from 1 to 3 unknown devices as in the photo and video snippets. Unknown users on the Windows system that can be removed. As in the photo, suspicious entries in task scheduler that point to DCOM. The attack exploits a vulnerability in Windows to execute code remotely. This allows an attacker to take control of the system or spread malware. When I switched to Linux and struggled with hacking, I discovered Bootkit. This is a virus that infects the boot sector and hides before the OS starts. It controls the system unnoticed by the user. The photo shows a simple emulated device that accesses the hardware when the computer starts up. My cell phone is also hacked, and through Duolingo, where I learn English, periodically for me they collect part of the sentences to give me a hint, examples of sentences that are collected for me programmatically, and I can delete their part you can see on these fragments of video. Including this thread are the children of relatives. Let's also take a look at the scars on my head, at 3 points, and the suspiciously long ingrown hairs that have grown in deeper than skin level, as seen in the sore spots in the first, second and third photos, as well as the fragment with the healed scars. Now consider the X-ray, the fracture in the same place, and the same 3 distinct marks on the skull from the trepanation in this and this image. This image is more general with the highlighted areas. These are the CT scans, which supposedly show the same picture in the same place, in the form of 3 traces of trepanation. In this photo we see in the same place the reduced thickness of the skull and possibly a crack as on the X-ray. In these photos we can see a small foreign body, which I assume with 90% probability is achieved by quite interesting functionality. Let's also look at the suspicious photos of my sister, who demonstratively shows her arm with a tattoo. Puts these photos on her avatars on Telegram, so I'm bound to see them. As well as a couple of photos of a piercing earring left on my washing machine. There were many more hints of tattoos and piercings around me. This is because during a framing attempt in 2021, I was probably deliberately infected a sex infection through a razor, and I'm being blackmailed without treatment to this day. Of course, in real life also a bunch of different threats, fake bribery attempts, hints and so on through fake people, fire trucks, police cars, collector cars under the window or on the way to somewhere, and so on. In these fragments, everything happens right under my window. Let's go through them quickly so as not to emphasize. Police, ambulance, various services, cash collectors, hints of bribery, all of this is on Google Drive. The following photos when I usually get home. Now some footage in the entryway. Especially noteworthy are the ones that leave a hint of child threat. Also when tracking my movements around the city, similar clues, signs and so on. And this is only a small part of what I have not deleted or even managed to film. Now I will explain my situation. Back in the period from 2020 to 2021, I was tried to frame by Ikonikov Gleb Vasilievich November 27th, approximately from 1999 to 2001 year of birth. Here are a few photos of him. Who is the son of Senator of the Russian Federation Ikonikov Vasily Nikolaevich Arkadievich, April 26, 1961 year of birth in the photo. Briefly, through a young couple with whom I communicated, he tried to frame me with drugs. Because of his impunity, connections in special services, with special tools and education in programming, he did it constantly, apparently, choosing the least protected segments of the population, people in difficult life situations, disadvantaged conditions. I managed to fight through publicity and evidence until now. This is a shortened version. You can read more on Google Drive or in other videos. All of these things are fairly obvious, but many people don't pay attention to them. So I did earlier. Politicians, intelligence agencies, and probably corporations are pathological liars who are interested in nothing but their own interests and convenience for them and their entourage. Intelligence services, police and crime have long ago merged into a single entity in all countries and do whatever they want. So I was a random person who fell into their field of vision apparently. In Russia, they refused to diagnose everything that was done to me. They want to secretly remove the chip and leave me to die from the rest of the damage. In general, also Russia, the US and other countries are threatening me with disability or forced to become a transgender in exchange for treatment, blackmailed with deteriorating health, trying to force me to accept punishment, take the blame for all the damage and injuries, and remove all evidence. So I'm trying to get international protection, relocation, diagnosis and treatment in Switzerland, Europe, the United States, the United Nations, non-profit organizations around the world, the Council of Europe have just been silent for 4 years. I know this may all sound rather strange, suspicious and unrealistic, but I have no idea why anyone would want to lie about such things and what's the benefit of doing so easy. That's why I swear and put my life on the line that all this information and evidence is true. You can check it out for yourself and make your own conclusions. So my hope is on the internet and its community. I ask you to share all this information to save me and maybe many people who are in a similar situation. I would also ask you to save this video on all this information on your devices, offline storage or in cloud storage. And I ask you to publish it if I fail or die, to hold those responsible accountable in a court of law or at least in the community. You can read more details and see everything I have collected on the attached resources. I hope I have helped someone with my example and informed them about the methods and arrangement of some things in the world. This is not the last video I will record. Videos will continue to be released until the situation is resolved and summarized positively in video format. Take care, and I will continue to fight. I've been learning English for about a year and a half to make this video and share my situation in a more understandable way. Thank you for watching.